Hi everyone, this is me, Leigh, with Victorian Dreams by Leigh, and this is Late Nights with Leigh, Part 2, the explosion box, and we are going to decorate it. Welcome back. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you jumped back over. Hi guys. So let's get started. Okay, so here is the front, and we're going to put it to the front. And here is my bucket of laces, because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lace up each tab. I don't think they're called tabs, each side of the boxes, and we're going to make belly bands and some pockets with laces. Charlie, my glue gun, is heated up. Okay, I grabbed several things, so let's see what we want to use. I was thinking of a belly band on this one. She's going to have probably over 100 pictures, so I'm trying to fit as many as I can in. So if we use a belly band here, it still shows the beautiful crowns, and it can be a belly band on front and on the flip side. Then I thought we could put a pocket on this one, and then this one, since it's so big, I may only garnish it with a flower and put a nice picture here. And then the tabs will not be decorated, because we literally will use front and back to put pictures on it. And before I gift this to her, I will definitely print those pictures. So let's see if we put this like that and make a belly band. And if the belly band ends up showing a seam, that's where I always, and I will have this side will be flat so a picture can fit in here, or a tab, or a tag, excuse me, and this side will have the seam to it, because when I match them together, I'll end up, that matches pretty well, you don't see it, but I'll end up putting a little flower there to hide it or something, and the flower will have room to, when it folds up, to have space in here, and it will still work well. So the only thing about the belly bands is you want them pretty tight, but you do want it to be able to slide on and off too if you need to. So, and guys, the glue gun gets hot, but for me to be able to make this work, I will have to put my fingers in between this to make the netting adhere to each other. So I really need to cut one of these up and stick in between so that I could just lay it flat, but I haven't done that. So don't do this at home if you're, you know, I could maybe stick this, but I think it, see, it won't be tight enough. I can't use that to make it tight enough. I'm going to just have to do it myself. So, okay, so we're going to glue it together. Let's see, I was holding it. Let's not hold it so high up, because you want it to be tight. Just a little bit of glue. Pick it up real fast so it doesn't stick to that paper, because you want to get up underneath it. Now let's just do just a little bit. And because I'm touching, ooh, it's hot, it sticks to you. The extra glue sticks to you instead of the paper, and that's what you want, even though it's a pain. and hurts just a hair, but you know, I'm used to the glue gun, so it really doesn't bother me. So there's the first belly band, and it moves a little. If you don't want it to move, and we're going to hide this with a flower in the center, you know, if you don't want it to move and you don't like that idea, or we could rotate this around. We can rotate it around and hide that seam in the back and put a flower on it. Let's see which one is prettier. I could have probably moved it around, so that's pretty too. But if you don't want it to move, just put a little bit of glue right there and hold them in place. But see, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and do all 4 sides. So one side's going to be with the trim this way, one side with the trim that way. But it's really pretty. I think I'm going to switch it back around how I had it the first time, because I like the trim going up, and I can definitely just trim this because I know how it's going to meet up. So, okay. See this trim and let it meet up with this trim. And so I can see where I need to cut it. I'll bring it up to show you. But it's got a little curve here, and I'm letting it meet on that curve, and the 2 curves are meeting, so you really can't see where it's being spliced together. So let's splice them together. A little rosette will always hide your seams. Okay. My husband is here working. You know, those mats we buy, they used to use them for cookies, but now the crafters have gotten a hold of them. And I have some that are wearing out, and I need to cut it and use it to slip in there. Or, you know, what would work really well too is a piece of paper that I'm not using. Let me see. Maybe I should go ahead and do that since I have several to make. Stick a piece of paper in there, and that way it'll be on that paper. Let's put a little glue there. Okay. Take it off the paper. See how it's on that paper? And there's the belly band. Let's rotate. If this one's going to be long enough. It's not. That will make something else another day. Let's bring out the next roll. Let's see. Let's cut it, because it's going to start and stop at the same place as before. I'm wondering if I should be only making showing you one and already have all this pre-done. We'll have to see how long this one is. All this new Late Nights with Leigh, with being so long. This, you know what, this will probably be the longest project I've ever made, because it is quite a bit detailed. But we'll learn from this, and maybe I should prep more. We'll see how this works out. The next project I'm going to make is in my head. It's only going to be probably 20 minutes. So don't be discouraged that the videos are too long, because we'll definitely work on that. Let's see, I don't like that trim on this one is off a little, so let's trim that up. Okay, so don't be discouraged with me yet. Give me time to figure the timing out. I'm always, you know me, I'm always worried about the timing. Okay, but see how it already is making this softer and prettier and everything. Lace always softens up projects. This lace is from Hobby Lobby. So let's see, where are we cutting it? And it's regularly $4.99. Wow. But I buy it for half price, so I got it for $2.50. I just sent my mom this lace. She got a box that was so big, and she loved it. I'm so happy. And then my little niece, Autumn, was right there with her, and Autumn, I think, snagged some stuff for herself to make. I sent her a lot of glue gun Chronicles projects that I had extra to make, and I think Autumn wants to make that nightlight right away. I sent my mom the flowered nightlight I made with just the pink flowers and the pink dangly, and she turned that bulb on and it blew, which is fine. Y'all need to have those night lights that are not getting hot at night. So there we go. And we will put a really pretty flower there. So now, this is the back sides. You can see it. So now let's get something to hold that down so we can work on the pocket that we're gonna make. Let's see, are we in frame? We're in frame. Do I need to be a little bit? I don't want to be too, I guess you're gonna zoom up and make this bigger, because one time when I was making something, I zoomed up too much and I wasn't happy about that. So this is stretchy. This is from Hobby Lobby. This was regularly $6 and I got it for $3, and it's 3 yards, so $1 a yard. That's not bad, and it's stretchy and wide. So do we want to put this here to make a pocket? Let's see what else we have, because I don't know. See, you can't make a pocket with this one. It's not deep enough, which I wouldn't use the same. Do we want to use this as a pocket? Because it is sturdier. You know what I mean by sturdier? It's got some weight to it, and it might be better for a pocket. And it kind of looks like a crown. I think this might work. So let me find out. Let me figure out which is the top and the bottom. I have a hard time telling. And if I have a hard time telling, I think everyone will. So now what we want to do is figure out where we want to have this. Be careful. Let's get that piece of paper, because you don't want to glue down this layer to the other layer. So be careful on that. Let's put a really thin layer here of glue. Let's try to even it up. Okay. See, y'all really only need to see one of me doing the same thing on all four. So we're gonna have to figure out what y'all like and don't like, because I just don't want y'all to be not liking it and saying no. So with this one we'll learn. So we made a pocket, and that will hold tags, pictures, notes. She could even hold maybe something that she got from parades or from different towns that she went to. To be able to be in the royal family, you have to be able to show your heritage back to Spain. And that's where Ponce de Leon landed in 1565 because of the Fountain of Youth. And so we are able to do that. And so that's why she was part of the royal family. My son was king in the millennium, 2000. And my husband was king bicentennial. Both sides of my family can be traced back. Not just, close the door, honey, not just one side or the other, which is nice. You choose, love.
Okay.
We're talking about dinner. I think I'm going to pre-cut it this time to make it a little easier. This is really thick trim. If I waited too long. Sure. We can have chicken tonight. See, I waited too long, and that has to be peeled. That's fine. I peeled it right off because I let it dry, and so let's take a really thin strip again, and I was looking at it too long. You have to use that glue pretty quick or you'll lose the stickiness and all. So this right here you're seeing 4 times over, but once we start decorating with flowers and all the other goodies underneath that, this will go much quicker because we won't need to do it 4 times. When I'm at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and Tuesday mornings is my main places. When I see bird cages, something that's going to fit in here that's no taller than 4 inches by 4 inches, I grab them, especially if I can find something at a good price. I do go to the dollar store too. I forgot about that. So I grab stuff because an explosion box is so nice as a gift. I've given one to my daughter, my mom, my sister, thank you gifts. So yeah, you did see that I went on the sides and on the bottom. So let's get my piece of paper again to save it from not gluing down. So if you see stuff that you think is going to fit, this is the large explosion box. There is a smaller one that that starts off with this size right here, or is it this size? I have to go look at my measurements. And it's cute, but this one right here really makes a statement compared to that one. It's late, and my husband came home and had to work on the computer right away, and we haven't had dinner, so I'm going to get these made, and he's going to get us some dinner, and then I'll do the next part where we decorate it with the roses. I think I'm going to use wild orchid roses for this. I have to see my colors. I do have another buyer that I get roses from, so I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use. Anyway, so last night before I started this project, it rained real hard, and Johnny was in Austin, but he didn't get the rain, but it rained really hard, and our power went out about 4 o'clock for a couple of hours. But then after dinner, because of the rain, it cooled off real nicely, because it's usually 100 after 9 o'clock at night, and it's a really dry heat. Florida being right there on the Atlantic, we have a beach and all, we have a breeze. You don't realize it even if you're inland. Now if you're in Gainesville or something where the gators are, my son actually is going to the University of Florida online, so as a grad student. But that's hot, but on the coast you don't realize how much of a breeze you really do get. So it cooled down last night because of the rain, and we put that top down on the car and rode around and just to get out of the house, and that was really nice and pleasant. It wasn't nothing but just riding around, looking at the big houses out here in Texas, and learning the new neighborhoods and all, and the new, you know, we did it from like 8 to 9 before it got dark. So there's my belly band, and I'm going to decorate a flower, and there's my pocket, and this one's only going to have a flower. So that hides too much, so that's too big. Maybe these flowers go right here. I think that might work. This flower I was thinking of putting here, See, I don't want to put too much of a flower because they could, or I might, glue a picture here and all too. So, so I think that's a pretty flower. What else do I have? I have 2 different flowers here, guys. Tell me which one you like and we'll go from there. This one, and it pulls the pink out of here. It looks more, has got a pink tone. Or this one. I want something that will lay pretty flat so that we can close it up. So, I know I'm taking too long just figuring this out. They're both so cute. Definitely not there. Definitely not. See, it pulls that pink tone. So, I think I'm going to go with pulling the pink in since we have pink. So, we need 4 of those. This is also trim from Hobby Lobby, regularly $4.99, and I buy it half price. I think it's half price every other week. So yeah, this one was 2. This is $4.99, and I buy it half price too. I do have trims from everywhere. Now I'm taking this netting off. I do have other trims from everywhere, but some of that I'm saving because I want to make a doily book and fabric books and different stuff. So I'm not breaking that out yet. And see, it looks shabby and everything, and if you don't get all the netting, it kind of gets hidden and it just adds to the shabbiness of it. So that's all good. There's so many paper projects and altering I want to do. You know, I bought all that Daiso wood stuff and shadow boxes. My mom made gorgeous shadow boxes about 20 years ago, and she made the little porcelain dolls and then made it its own little shadow box and put satin behind it, and oh, it's gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. So I've seen that, I've wanted it, but I wanted to make one too. So do I want to put it down here or up here? Let's see how it's going to close. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So I'm always a right side person. Don't know why, but let's change it up and do it on the left. And that just added a little something something. Now I'm going to go inside my pocket and make sure that it didn't hurt my inside of my pocket, and I'll do that with a ruler because I would hate for the glue to go all the way through, and it didn't. It's not that heavy. Actually, it would have to go too deep in paper, so that wouldn't work. Okay, so let's do copying all of them, going on the same place. And we'll put a bling in the middle of this too. Then we're going to pause. I'm going to have a late dinner with my best friend. And then I'll come back and we'll put flowers on it with the crown. And put this in the mail. I'll try. I don't know if I can. Can't promise anything. I'll try to see if I can get her. She's pretty mellow when it comes to stuff. I'll try to gift it to her and see if I can get someone to video at the same time, but I don't know. She's real mellow. So, and kind of shy. Okay, so see how there's little flyaways and everything. See the belly band, we'll put a picture, a little flower there. The pocket. Didn't do a pocket on this side because I didn't want to take away from the pattern, and we'll put a picture there anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and take 4 of these and get the flowers off of these. I don't know if that trim should be on there, so I think I'm going to pull this one layer of trim off and go around the netting, get rid of the netting. I think you've seen me do this before, and glue that on. Not happy with this flower kind of off, so let's glue it back into place. Okay, let's put a little glue here. That's a little metal brad with that pearl, and it gets hot. So we're going to put it right there. We're going to hold it so that it doesn't stick, so it is a belly band, and see how it hid everything. And we'll do 2 more and put the bling in the middle. Let's trim this. This came from Hobby Lobby and it was also $4.99, half price. This should just be called Hobby Lobby. In fact, the managers asked me, they see when I go in there, what am I working on and stuff, and they said I should give a class there, but I have to think about that. I don't want my hobby ooh, it's hot. Let's get that glue off of there. I don't want my hobby to become a job again, and not be fun anymore. I don't want to do that. I've taught for so long and did classes like that yeah, I don't want to. I missed one of the roses. I thought I cut 4, but I don't know if I did, so I'm going to have to cut another, and I'll find that rosette somewhere on the ground later. I've been asked to teach at 2 different craft stores, and I will do that when I move out to the property. At the lake, it's going to be way out in the boonies compared to, it's going to be way out in the boonies, but I will do that when I'm out there to get to know people in my new town. I do know a few of the neighbors, and I'll teach at that scrapbook store then, but that's going to be a year from now, so hopefully one day I can be teaching and have y'all on a live class too while I'm doing that. But I told her that if she could wait a year, because it is 30 miles from me now, which isn't bad. I don't know, maybe I should do once every 3 months so that people get to know me before I even move there. I'll have to think about it. Okay, let's put that band in the middle. But I only want to do it maybe 6 times a year. I don't want to do a lot of it. Put it right there. We're hiding that seam. Okay. So, see how it softened this up? Okay, guys. I still need to put the bling in the middle of here, but I don't know what color. I'm not going to rush it, so we'll do that when I come back. So, all right, I'm going to go eat, and then we'll be back with Late Nights with Leigh. Thanks, guys. Be right back. Okay, guys. I did a little bit of work because this video is just doing too much, too long, and I'll show you what I did. So I'm putting roses up here. So let's go ahead and put a little bit more. These are sound like a pirate there. These are wild orchid roses, and so I'm trimming the wires off of them and putting them in a few different places. There's 2 different kinds. One's a bud. Let me see if I have the name. QVR014, wild roses, and the other one is a bud, but I don't have the name in front of me, so sorry. But if you go to their website, you can find so much of your taste. I'm going to take pictures at the end of this. I added pearls, 2 rows of pearls on the top, and I added lace on the top, and all I'm doing right now is just making a corner roses. I feel bad that this is my really kind of my first Late Nights with Leigh, and it's taking so long. I don't know. This is a massive project though, so let me see. This is from Michael's. It was a keychain, and I already took the keychain part off. I wanted to show you, but I threw it. Here it is. I threw it in here, and this is going to be the pull for right here. I already measured, and I put a dot in the middle, so let's put glue on here and glue this down. I hope it stays. And that's about center, and that will be the pull. So let me see. Oops, one of those fell. I think I need like 1 more rose here, and we can open it. I'll show you the lace, and we can finish the inside. I did all white roses here, and I may go back and get a little bit of blue and touch the blue so that it has more than just a bland color. Can I fit that in there? Whoa, the side fell off, so it doesn't have support right here. I don't know if I can fit that in there. I don't think I can. So here is the lace. I think this is from Michael's too. And then the 2 pearls. And then this, I didn't even look to see if you're in frame. I think you are. And then, remember I got this from Hobby Lobby, the 3 of them for $11.99, and then you buy it for half price. I took the gold off. well, it was kind of a gold color. I didn't like that color. It didn't match. So I put flat backs. I'm going to have to hit the whole project with my heat gun to get rid of all the flyaways. I put pink flowers inside. There's several layers and layers, and there's 3 different types of wild orchid. And this is a metal piece. It does bend a little, so I was putting that back. So let's find the front, and let's go ahead and decorate a little bit right here. And then bling it out here and there. I'm thinking about putting lace. Excuse me. I'm thinking about putting lace on the bottom of it too, the same lace and facing up. I'm not sure. So I'm doing all 4 corners first, and then probably add some on the sides. I wish I had those little tiny wild orchids that are 10 millimeter. See, I don't know if this is centered because it seems like there's more space back there, but you know what, you're not going to be able to tell it because you have to twist it to see, and once you twist it, you're going to be looking at the other side. I notice those things, but she may never notice. So it's not the end of the world. Oh, these flyaways are terrible. So let me bring it up closer so you can see. Thinking, can I fit one more type of smaller flower? I need a 10. This is a that's a 20. Let me see what this does. Excuse me. See, and that's even bigger. I think I'm gonna have to go with these. This is a whole different one I've not used tonight of wild orchid, and I'm gonna put that here. Now I have to find, where did I throw the bag? Because I'm going to do one on each side of the two-tone pink. Let's see. These are Pink Mist Open Roses, 25 millimeter, MKX028 is that one that I'm using. See, can you see one two-tone and then the other two? It's nice to have a stash that you can go to and not always have to just run to the store for one or two things. So I want to say thank you to my husband. He is so wonderful. These are paper. You could even use silk. I almost used this right here, and it was going to go in the middle and just that bloom. This is foam and it is so lightweight, but I wanted more than just one color. I wanted the two-tone once I saw what I had, so I chose that. I have to do two more, and out some. I got little glue pieces everywhere. I ended up having dinner with my hubby. Okay, don't look at all the flyaway glue pieces. They're everywhere, but can you see? I'm going to take pictures at the end so that you can see. I uploaded the one right before I had dinner, and it's waiting on me to splice this together. And so I tested the speeds to see if I could speed it. And if you want me to sound like a chipmunk, I could speed it up. Oh, that was funny to hear. So, yeah. So anyway. Oh my Lord, working on this project. I have a mess in my drawers because I've been throwing stuff everywhere. Let's see. I have bling pieces that I pulled out that I wanted to have and use. I even have these that I got for 99¢. It says love, but even though they're crystal, there is some silver and it just doesn't match the browns and golds. I just saw that in my eye, so I'll put those back up. I got those off of one of my eBay sites. I don't even remember which one. I'd have to go look it up. Let's see. What am I doing here? We are going to find bling to bling this out. This right here I'm not happy with. I wonder if I can, no. This little loop right here, because it's a Christmas ornament, if I had two of these. See, I have all this stuff that I've been, and I'm going to give this to her as the keychain where I took the keychain off. This came from Michael's and it's a matching piece. So that'll be a gift inside here for her to get. No. See, I have stuff from all over. I could take this apart. An old friend gave me this. Who gave me this? Kateri gave me this. And this has a lot of pieces I could take apart and use. It's really heavy. A lot of stuff there. Let's see. No. This little carriage I think I'm going to put on the front. These little crowns I got from the expo, and I'm going to stick those on here. They came from that Amy, Mon, Gabby one. I had a little bit too much glue and you can see it oozing out on that one over there on the first one, so that's what happens. And I'm going to do it again because that was a lot of glue right there. Yeah, it oozed out. But I think it's clear, and I think that if I mess with it, I'll make it worse. So let's not mess with it. So see, just adding a little bit of bling here and there really works. See how it closes up with it inside, and when you open it, it's a nice surprise. There's glitter and glue everywhere. And I'm going to make the pockets and put a little white flat back. I did put flat backs in here. I'll probably go and put pearls all through here, maybe little ones. I'll have pictures at the end. So I think the inside is more or less done. So let's see. The top, where is that little, this right here, this carriage. Can the carriage, would it take away? Maybe the carriage will be in the front saying the opening. That's what we'll do. So this is the front. And see, I'm holding it by the lid. The little laces are getting wrapped up in it. Okay. So the carriage could go right here and it would show her that that is the front. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's find some glue for that. Okay. I have these really big goldish brown flatbacks I got from Saul Crafter. She doesn't carry them anymore. And I'm going to use 5. 1 for the center and 4 on the outside. And I needed it to be flat to press down. But now we're going to put these on. And it will protect the paper from rubbing raw and not holding up. And so let's put those on. Because it is 6 inches across, I do like putting one in the center for support. I did sign my name, Leigh, with the date, the year, not the actual date, that it was made, but she was actually princess last year. And her sister, Emily, is princess this year. So I bet Emily is going to know what she gets next year. And I already have the same pieces for her for next year. I probably will change up the colors, but maybe go silver, but it'll be the same type. But I do have all the gold weighting. So I think we're done, other than should we put more lace on the bottom. I'm going to look at it. I feel guilty. All I did was put roses, didn't even count. There may be more roses on one side than the other. I just did what I felt looked good and put roses inside there. I feel guilty taking so long. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to probably start crafting if I make a long one again, where I don't speak and I speed it up real fast so that you can watch it and enjoy it. What else? So welcome to Late Nights with Leigh, and be a subby if you would like. My links down below will have all the dimensions and measurements for you on Glue Gun Chronicles, my group page on Facebook, or Victorian Dreams by Leigh is my blog, and I am Victorian Dreams by Leigh. And this is just something I'm going to do once a week, once every 2 weeks. I'm not sure how often. Glue Gun Chronicles, that will be weekly. and the giveaway. But this is, you know, it might just be a share. There's no telling. I might just have someone on and we might do live crafting on something that we're working on, and might be just a little chit chat. So I'm on Pinterest and Google and all that. So here is the project. Let's look at one more thing. Should I put it this way and glue it up? It's awfully pretty, but if I do, I'm going to have to splice, I'm going to have to cut it at each corner so that when it opens, it will open and the lace doesn't keep it closed. But it really is pretty. I'm thinking about doing that, but you'll have to wait and see and look at the pictures. So, and then I may add some blue and some coloring in that. I'm not sure on all that. Guys, it's been great hanging out with you, and everybody stay safe out there. Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time and being there with me. Bye.